These are the real financial institutions that run the world. And will XRP be the world currency? We're going to find out.
I ain't gonna give in now, I just gotta live this now. I'm gonna be man, I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the whip. Cause I am just up on the journey, just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise! Grand rising warriors, and good evening to all the warriors all over the world. From my heart to yours, I unconditionally love you. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, crypto, and business coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And if you're not paying attention to that last line that I just shared with you, it's so important. I'm going to show you the 4 organizations that actually run the global monetary system. And I'm here to tell you that a YouTuber or any YouTuber out there or anybody in these lower rungs that we're in right here, no disrespect to myself, but we're not in the top echelon of this world running this ecosystem. God is my president. I believe in Jesus. That's all I need to know. And I know that I win in the end. But I'll tell you what, we're all being played. As you look this way at all these collapses, a new monetary system is being built this way. So all these YouTubers that are telling you they have the secret insight and the secret scoop, none of us do. None of us do. What we have is our ability to dive deep into information and decipher through discernment what is going to happen next. Now, I work harder on myself than I do anything else. I'll say that again. I work harder on myself than I do anything else. So I have no distractions outside of what I do, and raising my kids, I'm able to focus heavily. I'm not against anybody, but I'm here to gain everything by helping myself internally. Let that sink in. All right, so let's dive into this. So I'm going to actually show you how the game works from my perspective. I know we're looking at all these different things. We're looking at FTX collapse, Black Swan, Celsius collapse, Black Swan. At the same time, these are all happening. All these big organizations are talking about CBDC when about 12, 13 months ago, they all said CBDCs weren't going to be around. Cryptocurrency is a fraud. And every single bank right now is getting set up with blockchain technology. Let me repeat that. Your local bank is getting set up with blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, on-demand liquidity. And at the same time, they are all talking about regulation. Today, the 13th, I believe there is a hearing today where they're going to be talking about regulation, Sam Bankman-Fried, all these things happening right now. But warriors, we are moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Okay, we're moving from the traditional financial system to a blockchain financial system. We're moving from computing to quantum computing. Okay, you're not going to change the game. I'm going to show you where they're taking us by 4 organizations. So the number 1 organization you need to follow, number 1, is International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Okay, Christine Lagarde. I'm sorry, this is going to be George Vino. So regulating crypto. So this was on September. Notice when the dates are coming out as all these things start to happen. The right rules could provide a safe place for innovation. Crypto assets have been around for more than a decade, but it's only now that the efforts to regulate them have moved to the top of the policy agenda. This is partly because it's only in the past few years, crypto assets have moved from being a niche product in search of purpose to having more mainstream presence in speculative investments. Hedge against the weak currencies, key weak currencies. Everybody's working to de-dollarize, and potential payment instruments. Okay, it's very important. So they're all working. The IMF is working towards getting regulation. Okay, if we dive into here, we look at this whole document. This is from this article here. Okay, regulating crypto. The rules could provide a safe place for innovation. They dive into all the reasons why they're playing catch up. They're trying to get in here. So what happens? Problem, reaction, solution. You create a problem like an FTX. Create a reaction in the people, okay? Chaos. Then all of a sudden the heroes come in and they regulate it. It's not by chance that they're all heavily talking about regulation, okay? Then you have the BIS, so IMF, International Monetary Fund. I follow them nonstop. Next is Bank of international settlements. Okay, if you notice, this is page 19 of a document. Let me show this real quick. I'll show you the beginning here. Let's go to the top, page 10. Sorry about that. I wish I could scroll a little bit easier here. Boom. Okay, this is the future of the monetary system. Okay, I didn't write this, they wrote this. This is the Bank of International Settlements document. Okay, Bank of International Settlements versus the IMF. Okay, we'll go back to page, let's see if we just type in 19 here, make it a little bit easier on your eyes there. Boom, we go back to page 19. A strong canopy supports the global monetary ecosystem. Okay, we're going into a brand new ecosystem. CBDCs, digital currencies. Okay, see how the ecosystem is set up. You got your central banks, which they have a master account at the central banks. All central banks will have a master account that the cryptocurrency exchanges will have to be set up with. So your money will move through the master account, through the exchanges, or they will have to run their funds through there. Okay, you're going to have cash on the left side here. You got credit cards, open banking, electronic money. And as we move to this new side over here, we're going to have corresponding banks from the central bank. Okay. Then you're going to have a wholesale CBDC. Okay. Then you're going to have a retail fast payment system. What does that sound like? Ripple, XLM. Okay. XLM is going to be for consumers. Ripple is going to be for the institutions. Okay. Then you have a retail central bank digital currency. So what I believe is going to happen is you're going to have a retail on-demand liquidity or distributed ledger technology like an XLM, where you're going to move money like MoneyGram back and forth. Okay. And then you're going to have your retail CBDC, which is going to be the central bank digital currency. We're going to digitize money, and eventually they'll be able to control every single thing you do with your money. Okay. This is what the system's going to do. The system could be helpful too. Okay, but this is what's happening. You can't deny this. This is hidden in plain sight. They're telling you exactly what's happening. The IMF is telling you, the Bank of International Settlements, we are moving to real-time payments on demand liquidity. Okay, it's not by chance that the Ripple case is wrapping up 24 months later, 2 years later, as all these black swans happen around regulation. Is that by chance? I don't know, guys. I don't think anybody knows. But what we do know is I think we have some good discernment we can decide. Okay, so we got the International Monetary Fund. We have Bank of International Settlements. Okay, they're both saying that they are going to go to crypto. Here we go. I've showed you this a million times. I'm going to keep repeating the same things. I want it ingrained in your subconscious mind. World Economic Forum. Brad Garlinghouse is with the World Economic Forum. Ripple's with the World Economic Forum. Larry Fink is on the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum to move the mission forward. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world, connected through Aladdin to Coinbase. Their coalition is to move in Web3, to move in climate change, zero carbon. Okay, that's the new narrative, zero carbon. By 2030, you're going to own nothing and be happy. The new Crypto Sustainability Coalition to investigate potential of Web3 technologies. World Economic Forum runs the world. It's the World Economic Forum. 1971, it was created with Klaus Schwab, and then it was detached from the gold standard, and they've been moving in this new system since 1971. So this new coalition, I've showed you this a million times. It includes Ripple, XLM, Solana. What else do we have on here? We have Toucan Protocol, Sustainable Bitcoin Protocol. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Ethereum's not going anywhere. XRP's not going anywhere. XLM's not going anywhere. The ISO 20002 tokens are not going anywhere. Okay, so you can read all. You have Circle in here. What else do we have? We have Avalanche. We have Accenture. We know the deep connections with Accenture. Okay, so this is the World Economic Forum. So we have IMF, BIS, World Economic Forum. Those are the three, and I'm going to show you the last one coming up here in just a second. Okay, and now I want to show you this, a sustainable coalition to investigate Web3 technologies to fight climate change. So if you see down here, you're going to see CIS. You'll see a little hyperlink here. Boom. We go over here. I showed you this before, but if you're new to my channel, so this is Crypto Impact and Sustainability Accelerator. Project overview. The World Economic Forum is in collaboration with CoinDesk, launched the Crypto Impact and Sustainability Accelerator. So now they're connected to BlackRock, Larry Fink, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. They're connected to CoinDesk through the CICA project. CoinDesk is connected to DCG Group, which is connected to Coinbase. It's all connected. It's all interconnected, warriors. If you know the game, you can't be played. They are moving us into a blockchain technology. Everything is moving to blockchain. Okay. Now, the World Bank is another one I need you to follow. World Bank, World Economic Forum. okay? BIS and IMF. Those are the 4 organizations that run your global monetary system. There is infrastructure that's connected to the top of the house of the top maybe 200 people that run this world, okay? I didn't make the game. I'm playing within the rules. I'm going to get my money for my family, get freedom for my family. I'm not against an invisible enemy. If I want to change the world, I got to be like an Elon Musk and change the rules, right? You can play armchair quarterback. We can act like we're going to go out there and change the system with $1 million in our bank account or $30,000 in our bank account, okay? It's not going to happen, Warriors. The only way to change it is from here, in your heart and your mind. I'm sovereign here. I have no enemies. I'm not against anybody. I'm not against government. I'm not against anybody. I'm getting my own shit together and understanding the game so my family doesn't have to go through this bullshit anymore, okay? All right, so here's the new financial system. So I showed you the World Bank, the World Economic Forum, BIS, and IMF. You can research whatever else you want. This is where my research comes from. I'm giving you the game, okay? This is the new financial system, Warriors. This is it. You have the whole system here. You have Ripple that's connected to Interledger Protocol. You have the Hyperledger. Okay, you got R3. R3 is with Wells Fargo. I've showed you guys videos of the executive at Wells Fargo talking about they're already connected to R3 since 2017. Okay, you got Ripple, which is a Ripple Protocol Consensus, RPCA. You got R3, which is connected. You got Ethereum and Consensus. I've showed you that. QNT is the one that connects all the systems together. Quant is like the interweb that's bringing you from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, the communication. You got Stellar, which is going to be for the consumers, okay? So you got the Flare network up here with Ripple. You have IBM Hyperfabric, okay? You got HBAR, which is the one that I started getting into based on Wise Counsel. You have Accenture, okay? You have, what is this? Constellation, XDC, XFIN. You got JP Morgan, right? We know they're deep into the banking, or they're deep into the system. Jamie Dimon, Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock are the biggest banks in the world. We got Algorand. We have all these in our portfolio. We got IOTA. And then we got the central bank digital currencies that are going to flow through all these systems. We're moving to a new monetary system, guys. The US dollar is not going to be what it used to be, okay? This is the new banking system. ISO 20002 is your new banking system. I don't know how they're going to regulate XRP. I don't know what that's going to look like, but the case was always set to bring in regulation. That's the only reason they threw it out. All of these people from the SEC, the CFTC moved into cryptocurrency companies. They put Gary Gensler in place to be the face and to go in there and be the bad guy. He continued the case on. It went on for 24 months. Now, ironically, right after FTX collapse, now they're ready to settle this case. They're ready to go through the judicial process. Everything's submitted. Okay. Then we'll get regulation. All the CBDCs will start rolling out within the next 24 to 36 months. And then everybody will go on with their lives. There'll be other distractions, and then they won't even know they're using cryptocurrency. And a small group of people will be very, very wealthy, just like the internet. Okay. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to, I'm just going to give you a hint. Pay attention to Protocol 19. Just pay attention to that with XLM. Okay. Just pay attention. Just that's all I'm going to say is pay attention to Protocol 19. There's some deep things happening with XLM and XRP in our financial system. So just pay attention to that. Okay. The IMF. Okay. We talked about the IMF, the future of money, gearing up for central bank digital currencies, February 9th, 2022. So she starts talking about it. So this is Christina Georgievino. And so she's the head of the IMF. So Christine Lagarde is the head of the European Union Bank. You got Christina Georgievino's IMF. You got Klaus Schwab, which is the World Economic Forum. And the BIS, I think, is, I can't remember the guy's name. Okay. All right. So let's dive into this. So this is a document in July 19th, 2021, the International Messaging System. Okay. This is a congressional research service. This is a document that they were breaking down the future of messaging systems, right? Everything is ISO 20002, a new messaging system. And then, you know, in all these government documents, so many, not all of them, but if you just type in Ripple, Ripple's all over these documents. Ripple, like blockchain and digital currencies. They talk about, I think, JP Morgan in here too. Yep, right there. Boom. I'm telling you guys, JP Morgan, Ripple are going to dominate the system. It's going to be BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Ripple. Ripple will be a bank, in my opinion. Got it right here. Ripple, California-based fintech company, for example, operates blockchain-based payments network called RippleNet. RippleNet claims hundreds of financial institutions over 55 countries are connected in its network, and its network facilities of cross-border payments, faster, cheaper, and legacy systems. Other things that are still out there that have been out there for a while. This is since 2016. The messaging system, the SIP system, which is a cross-border payment system. I just wanted to show you that this has been going on for a long time. You look at the clearinghouses, it all has the same system, guys. And then if you look at this, this is what Klaus Schwab says he honors the Chinese system, but listen to what they're doing with their currency.
In digital currency news, China is exploring expiration dates with its upcoming digital yuan, or DCEP, which means the currency will expire if not used in a certain time frame. The digital yuan is programmable to the point that the currency can be made to expire, thus forcing consumers to use it up by a certain date. This is a twist on an obscure, unconventional monetary policy innovation known as a Giselle currency, an expiring money, which gives the issuing government a heightened degree of control over money velocity. If domestic consumption can be tight.
All right, fam. It's just wild. Think about it. This is wild. I mean, this is what programmable money is. That's what programmable money is. And so what side of this would you like to be on? Would you like to be on the wealthy side of this, or would you like to be on the side where you have no choice, no control? So as we go into the future here, I'm looking at land, gold, silver, really physical things. I have a nice crypto portfolio that I'm satisfied with. I have a diverse business portfolio. I have my leveraged life insurance, which nobody can touch. So I'm working to really secure my wealth. Now, you guys know the Ripple case right now is in litigation. I think it's called litigation. They're at the end. All documents have been submitted. We're just waiting. You know, Charles Hoskins said it was going to end on the 15th. I don't know about that. But what I do know is in the near future, we're going to have some sort of resolution, which is going to bring in regulation. Ripple is going to IPO when the case settles. Now, down below, you can click the link to go into Ripple pre-IPO. You can also get into PolySign, many other companies pre-IPO. You do have to be an accredited investor. Okay, very important. This is not an investment. This is a website where you can get into multiple companies pre-IPO. Okay, so they've been a sponsor of our channel. They supported us through our conferences as well. So I want to thank Link2, but I also want to thank them for giving us access to get into things like this, like the big boys. They democratize private financing. So a lot of people don't even realize that they're an accredited investor. So I highly recommend you go through the process to see if you're an accredited investor. And if you're not, figure out how to become one. Okay, this is the greatest time in human history. Don't say, oh, I'm not an accredited investor. Change your mindset. I was on my mom's couch 3 years ago and I'm financially free now. How did I do it? You can do it too. I reprogrammed my subconscious mind. I no longer said I can't do that. I said I can. I can, not can't. Cain killed Abel. Can't and Abel. I won't get into that right now. I love you guys very, very much. So click the links down below. We got some great things coming up with the Warrior Academy as well. And I relaunched my private coaching program coming up in the next week. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And as we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.